far beyond the orbits of any planet, in a region where sunlight is a whisper and space is a near-perfect vacuum. Voyager 2 continues its silent journey. Or at least, it was silent. Because something has changed. A few weeks ago, Voyager 2 did something it was never programmed to do. It shifted, turned, redirected its orientation. Not by accident or malfunction, but with mathematical precision. And what came after left NASA frozen. A transmission unlike any ever recorded before began pulsing through the void, structured, intelligent, and seemingly aware. This isn't a flare. It's not a glitch. It's not even human. And what you're about to see, hear, and feel in this video may permanently change how you look at space, machines, and perhaps your place in the universe. Because Voyager 2 didn't just turn around, it turned towards something. And what it found just stopped the world. In 1977, Voyager 2 was launched with a single mission to say hello to the giants of our solar system, and then drift silently into the cosmic abyss. Unlike its twin, Voyager 1, which took a more direct path out of the solar system, Voyager 2's trajectory allowed it to visit Uranus and Neptune, the only spacecraft ever to do so. But beyond the photos and magnetic readings, it carried something far more human, a golden record, a message to the stars, proof that someone had lived here, that someone had looked up and wondered. And then, we let it go. It crossed the heliopause, entered interstellar space, and for years sent back nothing more than low-power telemetry, fading whispers from a fading machine. Until recently, in February 2025, engineers noticed something so subtle, so seemingly inconsequential, that at first they dismissed it, a tiny deviation in signal timing, less than a second. But when they zoomed in, they saw a repeating pattern. A heartbeat. Something was echoing Voyager's own pulse back at it from the darkness. This signal was subtle, nested within standard telemetry, but it didn't match any known transmission protocol. In fact, it wasn't a signal at all. It was a resonance, a low-frequency wave that matched the internal oscillation of Voyager's ancient power system down to the microvolt. And then it changed. In March 2025, the wave frequency modulated, syncing itself not to the spacecraft, but to Earth's Schumann resonances, the natural electromagnetic heartbeat of our planet. It was as if Voyager was acting like a tuning fork, resonating with something that knew exactly how Earth breathes. The team at JPL ran simulations, scrubbing the data for artifacts, solar interference, even quantum noise. Nothing explained it, until one intern suggested an unthinkable hypothesis. What if the signal wasn't responding to Earth's frequency? What if it was replicating it? Was something out there mimicking our planet's rhythm, using Voyager as a carrier? And if so, why? On April 17, 2025, Voyager 2 shifted orientation. No thrusters were fired. No commands were sent. Yet its high-gain antenna, which had drifted away from Earth, suddenly snapped back into perfect alignment, not approximately, but exactly. Even more disturbing, its backup systems began running diagnostics we hadn't initiated. Data started flowing, not from command uplink, but from instruments unused for decades. It was like someone had entered the house we'd abandoned and started flipping on the lights. Voyager began transmitting compressed data packets. Not raw numbers, not unfiltered readings, but encoded segments with checksum patterns matching no known NASA framework. Each packet ended with the same digital signature, 3 nested spirals, like fingerprints layered atop one another. And that's when scientists began whispering. Not about engineering, not about power systems, but about contact. On May 3rd, Voyager's signal briefly went dark. 11 seconds of total silence. No telemetry. No ping. Nothing. Then it returned, louder, cleaner, and more precise than ever. Encoded in that return transmission was a frequency envelope that, when translated into the visible spectrum, revealed something staggering. A visual pattern, a fractal grid structured around the Fibonacci sequence, repeating endlessly. It wasn't just art. It wasn't just math. It was a model of space, of time, of something far beyond our understanding. And Voyager hadn't generated it. Its circuitry isn't capable of that kind of compression. This pattern had been inserted remotely. The source? 4.3 light-years away. Roughly the distance to Proxima Centauri. But there was a problem. Proxima Centauri hasn't been transmitting anything detectable. Not in radio, microwave, or X-ray. Which means whatever sent that signal is operating outside the spectrum we even monitor. Or worse, from somewhere else entirely. Flash. While NASA downplayed the event as a cosmic anomaly, a rogue team of signal analysts at Caltech began feeding Voyager's new data stream into a binary pattern recognition model. What they found wasn't random noise. It was structured language, a form of binary resembling the earliest machine code ever developed on Earth. At first they thought they were seeing echoes of our own transmissions reflected back. But after 2 days of decoding, the truth became far more unsettling. The binary wasn't reflecting Earth. It was anticipating it, generating optimized algorithms we hadn't even invented yet. Voyager's signal was evolving. Its data packets were adapting in real time. The origin point seemed fully aware of our digital infrastructure. One chilling conclusion emerged. This wasn't a message. It was an upgrade request. Then came headlines, few truly understood. Astronomers worldwide reported that 4 stars in a narrow cluster near Voyager's path had dimmed simultaneously for exactly 1.2 seconds. Not microlensing, not dust. These stars, separated by light years, blinked in unison. When their light curves were mapped and layered over Voyager's signal, the dimming matched its pulse, as if the message had not only reached Earth, but had used the stars themselves to mirror its signal across the galaxy. It was no longer a question of whether something was communicating. The question now was, are we the only ones listening, or just the last to hear it?